Welcome to my channel, folks. In this video we're gonna cover on how I top off my reservoir. Now it says this thing is good for sushi, salads and more. I wonder if it'll work in my garden. I'm gonna do an experiment so you don't have to. But before we get to that, we're gonna answer a few questions that a viewer had. Okay, so the question is, do you leave the same nutrients for the entire grow cycle? Or do you add nutrients every 2 weeks? Or do you completely change the water and nutrients? And the short answer is yes. I use the same nutrients for the entire grow, and I'll show you how I do it. Well, as your plants get bigger, they drink more water. So the first thing I do is I check the pH level in the reservoir. And as you can see, it's sitting at 6.6. Then I'll check the ppms in the reservoir. And now they're sitting at 700. I believe when I started the grow, I started at 600. That just means that the plants are taking up more water than nutrients. Therefore, as the water level drops, the nutrients gets concentrated. And that's why I don't add nutrients when I top off my reservoir. Now this is just a bucket of tap water, and my tap water comes out at 8.0, 8.1, very high pH, and I need to get it down to 6.5. So I use a ton of pH down, and guess what? I'm completely out of pH down. And this is where the experiment comes in. Beggars can't be choosers. I heard vinegar works and never used it before, but here we go. So I'm just going to use some rice vinegar and see if it brings down the pH. And if it does, we're going to continue to bring it down to 6.5. Seems to be working, so we're going to get her done. Now that I got it down to 6.6, all we're gonna do is add it in. We're gonna come back in 24 hours and check the pH. I hope I don't come back to a dead garden. It's the next day and the pH is sitting at 6.5 and my ppms are still sitting around 700. And my lettuce is looking good. Thank goodness. But we're not out of the woods yet. I did notice the water getting super cloudy in my reservoir, and that's why we do experiments. I'm gonna let it roll and see what happens. I do a garden update every Monday, so make sure you catch that video on Monday as the experiment continues. Thanks for watching.